Hello, good morning. Today we will discuss an important synthetic reagent, selenium dioxide. Selenium dioxide is used as an oxidizing agent in synthetic organic chemistry. It is used for allylic oxidation of alkene, allylic oxidation of alkene. That is the oxidation of allylic position to allylic alcohol, which may further oxidize to an aldehyde or ketone. Here it is the allylic, see it is the simple allene, propene, it is the allylic position. These allylic positions gets oxidized to CH2OH group, the corresponding alcohol, by selenium dioxide. This alcoholic group may further oxidize to a carbonyl group, that may be aldehyde or ketone. Right. Another important function of selenium dioxide as an oxidizing agent is it oxidizes the alpha methylene group adjacent to carbonyl group. Alpha methylene group adjacent to carbonyl group to a carbonyl group, and hence we will get a 1,2 dicarbonyl compound. A 1,2 dicarbonyl compound. It is the CH2 group adjacent to this carbonyl group, and that is alpha methylene group. It is active methylene group because it attached to an electron withdrawing carbonyl group. So this can be taken as an active methylene group. This active methylene group gets oxidized to carbonyl group. That is why we will get a 1,2 dicarbonyl compound. Okay. In addition to these two types of characteristic oxidation reaction, selenium dioxide also performs several common types of oxidations such as alcohols to ketones or aldehydes. Another important application of selenium dioxide is the oxidation reaction of alkynes. Selenium dioxide oxidizes alkynes in presence of acid. For example, it oxidizes the internal alkynes to 1,2 dicarbonyl compound. It oxidizes the internal alkyne to 1,2 dicarbonyl compounds, whereas terminal alkynes gets oxidized to glyoxylic acid. Glyoxylic acid. You can see the terminal CH group gets oxidized to COH group, whereas the internal triple bonded carbon atom gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and hence glyoxylic acid is formed when oxidation takes place in terminal alkynes, whereas in the internal alkynes a 1,2 dicarbonyl compound will be obtained after the oxidation. Okay. Remember, compounds of selenium are highly poisonous and with a foul smell, and hence we are using only a catalytic amount of selenium dioxide along with some oxidizing agents like tertiary butyl hydroperoxide. This tertiary butyl hydroperoxide reoxidizes the selenium 2 compounds produced as the byproduct after each cycle of reaction. That is why we can use a small amount of selenium dioxide with oxidizing agents like tertiary butyl hydroperoxide. Otherwise, we have to use a large amount of selenium dioxide, which is highly poisonous and with a high or foul smell, and hence in order to prevent this, we are using only a catalytic amount of selenium dioxide along with certain oxidizing agents like tertiary butyl hydroperoxide. Another important use of tertiary butyl hydroperoxide is it ensures the principal product is allylic alcohol by preventing further oxidation of allylic alcohol to conjugated carbonyl compound. In presence of tertiary butyl alcohol, allylic alcohol will not oxidize to conjugated carbonyl compound. So we will get allylic alcohol as the end product. Okay. Now let us consider the mechanism of allylic oxidation by selenium dioxide. what is happening during the oxidation reaction? Here the allylic position gets oxidized to alcohol or carbonyl groups. Okay. In the first step, aldene type 4+2 cycloaddition takes place in the system, forming an allylic selenic acid. An allylic selenic acid. You can see selenium dioxide is a 4-pi system, and this allene is a 2-pi system. This interacts together in an aldene type 4+2 cycloaddition reaction to form an allylic selenic acid first. Okay, this allylic selenic acid undergoes a 2,3 sigmatropic rearrangement, to give an unstable compound which decomposes to produce allylic alcohol or allylic carbonyl compound. Right? See, it is allylic selenic acid 1, 2, 3 position, 1, 2. So a 2,3 sigmatropic rearrangement here takes place, or allylic selenic acid undergo a 2,3 sigmatropic rearrangement to form an unstable product which decomposes to produce allylic alcohol or allylic carbonyl compound. Allylic alcohol or allylic carbonyl compound. Okay. So it is the mechanism of allylic oxidation by selenium dioxide. Right? The next important application of selenium dioxide as an oxidizing agent is oxidation of carbonyl compounds. Oxidation of carbonyl compounds. It is otherwise called Rayleigh oxidation. See, selenium dioxide oxidizes active methylene or methyl group present adjacent to the carbonyl group to give 1,2-dicarbonyl compound. See this mechanism. Here the CH3 group that is adjacent to this carbonyl group gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and hence a 1,2-dicarbonyl compound is formed. So we can say selenium dioxide can oxidize active methylene group. It is the active methylene group. This CH2 group is active methylene group because it is directly connected to an electron withdrawing carbonyl group. And so this CH2 group gets oxidized to a carbonyl group, and hence a 1,2-dicarbonyl compound is formed. The proposed mechanism is similar to the mechanism of allylic oxidation. You can see in the first step a 4+2 cycloaddition, aldene type cycloaddition takes place to form this product as an allylic selenic acid derivative. Allylic selenic acid derivative. It is similar to 4+2 cycloaddition. 4+2 cycloaddition in alder type 4+2 cycloaddition. See, it is a 2-pi system and selenium dioxide is a 4-pi system. This during this cycloaddition reaction, aldene type cycloaddition reaction, here an allylic selenic acid is formed, a derivative of allylic selenic acid. And this allylic selenic acid undergo a 2,3 type sigmatropic rearrangement as in the previous case to form an unstable product, and this unstable product undergo decomposition to form 1,2-dicarbonyl compound. That is the mechanism. Okay. The oxidation of methylene, active methylene group by selenium dioxide has been widely used for the synthesis of natural products and biologically active compounds. You can see It is the active methylene group in this compound, active methylene, and this active methylene gets oxidized to carbonyl group. Active methylene, this CH2 group gets oxidized to C double bond O group in this biologically active compound or a natural product. Okay. Now you can see some of the important examples of allylic oxidation and oxidation of active methylene group by selenium dioxide. Here you can see it is cyclohexene. It is the allylic position of this cyclohexene. When this cyclohexene is treated with selenium dioxide in presence or catalytic amount of selenium dioxide, that is 0.1 mole of selenium dioxide, in presence of tertiary butyl hydroperoxide, you will get this alcohol, allylic alcohol. The allylic position gets oxidized to alcohol. Allylic alcohol is obtained. This cyclohex 2-ene-1-ol, cyclohex 2-ene-1-ol. Allylic oxidation here takes place to form this allylic alcohol. Similarly, in this case, it is a substituted alkene. When it is oxidized by selenium dioxide, see there are three allylic positions here. Less substituted allylic position, and these are more substituted allylic position. It is more substituted, and so here more substituted allylic position gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and the E-allylic alcohol is obtained. E-allylic alcohol, you can see this methyl group and this CHO group are E with respect to each other. It has E configuration. Okay, so more substituted allylic position gets oxidized in such a cases. When in the case of unsymmetrical alkene, a more substituted allylic positions gets oxidized to corresponding alcohol or carbonyl group. Here this position, that is the more substituted allylic position, gets oxidized to corresponding carbonyl compound. Okay. See, the allylic oxidation occurs predominantly at most nucleophilic double bond. See, for example, this case here, this pi electron may be shifted to here, and this to here. See, here is an electron withdrawing acetate group. So this end is less nucleophilic because of the presence of this electron withdrawing group than this end, and hence the allylic oxidation will not take place at this end because of the presence of the electron withdrawing group, and the allylic oxidation usually take place to this end, and hence you can see this product is formed. Here this CH3 group, the CH3 group here gets oxidized to carbonyl group, first alcoholic group and then to carbonyl group, and hence we will get this product. Okay, because of the presence of electron withdrawing acetate group to this at this end, so that the allylic oxidation takes place at this end, so that we will get to this product. This is important. See this case here, the CH3 group, this CH3 group is containing an active methylene group, and this active methylene group gets oxidized by means of selenium dioxide to a carbonyl group, and hence this product is obtained. Active methylene group gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and hence 1,2-dicarbonyl compound. It is a 1,2-dicarbonyl compound. 1,2-dicarbonyl compound is produced because of the oxidation of active methylene group by selenium dioxide. Right? See, selenium dioxide is also capable of oxidizing benzenic carbon hydrogen bond to corresponding carbonyl group, aldehyde or ketone. For example, in this case, it is a methylene group flanked by two phenyl group, and this methylene group gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and hence benzophenol. Here benzophenol is obtained. Similarly, in the second example, the CH2 group containing this CH3 group gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and hence this aldehyde is formed. Okay, here this CH2 group present in CH3 group is similar to benzenic CH2 group that gets oxidized to carbonyl group, and hence this aldehyde is formed. Okay. See, these are some of the important examples of allylic oxidation given by selenium dioxide. In the first example, in this example, you can see this position is allylic position. Also, these two positions are allylic position. This end is less substituted, it is less substituted, and these are more substituted. Usually more substituted end will be getting oxidized, and hence this methyl group gets oxidized to alcohol, and hence this product is obtained. Here you can see this alcoholic group and these groups are E to E, and so E product is obtained. E to each other, and hence E product is formed. E product, it is more stable. In this case, you can see there is an acetate group is attached to this end, and hence usually an electron withdrawing acetate group is here, and so this end will be getting oxidized, and here the CH3 group here gets oxidized to corresponding allylic alcohol. So this allylic alcohol is obtained. Here this also E product. E product will be the stable product. E product is the stable product, and hence this will be the product. And this case, it is the allylic position. Allylic carbon hydrogen bond gets oxidized to alcohol, and so you will get this alcohol. Here also, these are the allylic positions. This methyl group gets oxidized to alcohol in order to give this E product. Here this E product, if this methyl group is oxidized, then the Z product will be obtained, but E product is more stable, and hence this methyl group gets oxidized to corresponding alcohol, and so this E alcohol is obtained. This E alcohol is obtained. Similarly, in this case also, these are two allylic positions. Here, in order to get E product, this methyl group gets oxidized to corresponding alcohol, so we will get this E product. Okay. Okay, with this example, I conclude this session. I think you might have a clear idea about some of the important oxidation reactions given by selenium dioxide. Thank you for listening. Thank you.